One machine, zero defects.
What is up, InterWebs? Big Lou here, Matt the Cutman, with me as always, and we just went to see a big heaping pile of stinking shit.
Oh, that was one big pile of shit.
It was one big pile of shit. Thank you, Dr. Malcolm. Transformers, The Last Night. Michael Bay's latest foray into this universe should have not been forayed. Matthew, would you agree?
It should have been aborted early.
Okay, so as we're spoilers, it's a Transformers movie. Who gives a fuck? You know what's going to happen. We hated this movie. The spoilers are going to abound. If there was any bright spots that you could possibly glean from this cinematic experience, what would they be, sir?
Okay. Am I the only one that was kind of maybe a little excited about the flashback scene with Bumblebee and the him in World War II?
That was, to me, the biggest standout of the thing. No, because we already know that we are getting a standalone Bumblebee movie that is going to take place in the 80s. I forget.
I didn't realize it was confirmed for the 80s. I knew it was going to take place in the past.
I was pretty sure that I heard it was confirmed for the 80s, and I forget who they announced as directing it, but I know that I was excited about it. But yeah, I mean, seeing Bumblebee fighting Nazis in World War II, they didn't have enough of that. Because Bumblebee is a badass to me.
Yeah.
And seeing more of that was very, very encouraging.
Yeah.
For where they could go with that. So.
Yeah, there was potential there.
Yeah.
Seeing it reminded me of if kind of like Captain America and what was the dirty. What was Captain America's squad called?
Oh, the Howling Commandos.
The Howling Commandos.
Yeah.
I get Dirty Dogs.
Well, they're similar to the Dirty Dozen, so
it reminds me, imagine if the Howling Commandos had Captain America and Bumblebee.
That'd be awesome.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Sign me up for that movie.
Right? But yeah, no, Bumblebee being able to impersonate any German vehicle in order to break behind enemy lines in order to go on their missions. Yeah, that would be badass.
Yeah, I mean that one the humor in this movie didn't work almost at all. There were a couple of things that were funny, like the line when he pulls up and the German says, "Where's your invitation?" He goes, "We weren't invited," and then they all start killing people.
Right.
That was one of the few jokes in the movie that worked.
Yeah, the humor was aimed at the stupid kids with ADD, and not smart ones, the dumb ones.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Was there anything else that stood out to you that you walked away from this as, I'm glad they did that?
I mean, it was, from a technical standpoint, the special effects were good.
Michael Bay knows how to point a camera and push play or record.
But and this could be, in all fairness, I did not stay to the end of this movie.
No,
I had to bail. It was man.
There's one portion they're getting ready to go in for the final big battle, and Optimus Prime says some dumb shit like, "If this is the end, then let it be the end." And I just offhandedly, under my breath, so that only he could hear, was like, "Yes, please God, let it be the end." And he looked at his watch, leans over and says, "Dude, we still got 20 more freaking minutes." And I went, "Yeah, that sounds about right." And he goes, "I'm out. I can't. I'm gone."
Yeah.
And at that point, I was already fully committed. I was just like, I'm comfy in my chair. I'm good.
Yeah.
So, and I had to see it through to fruition to see exactly what. And oh my God, you left before the special effects really went off the rails, because there was a lot of stuff in that final battle that, as they were falling out of the sky, where it was like gravity wells and she was falling up, and it was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. It was just visual noise. It was not good at all.
Well, so in most of the Transformers movies, I cannot speak to the previous one with the weird dinosaurs. because I blocked it out of memory as well.
That's correct.
Yes. There have always been like one like really good transformation scene, like just one that's just like do 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 do. and it does its thing, and that's badass. And I'm like, okay, that's I was looking for that, and
it wasn't there.
Didn't happen.
No, at all. I even noticed that they did a couple of those hide the actual thing, where it's like the one dude was transforming down into the Ferrari as the camera was panning across, and it panned across, and he was like standing behind another car as they're getting in. The humans are getting into that car. And then when the camera finishes its pan, his transformation's done. And you didn't actually see them transform, or see the guy transform. I was like, that's shitty. The movie's called Transformers.
Right.
So
cost $216 million. Let's see the goddamn transformation.
Please, let us see it. One of the things that stood out to me as a positive for this was Josh Duhamel. I like him. I'm glad that they brought him back for this.
Yeah. And I liked his character.
Yeah, him being like the liaison to the military and the government, kind of still being able to know, do stuff with the Transformers and stuff. I thought they used his character to pretty good effect. Now, the fact that it was no pacing at all, it was just, okay, now they get to play with this military toy. Now they get to play with this military toy. Now they get to go get in a DSRV, and now they get to go and do. And I was just like, really? Okay, I get it. It's an advertisement for Boeing. Let's move on.
And if you're going to do, so they had this one scene where they panned across the USS Zumwalt. That's the Navy's newest, I think, destroyer.
Okay.
And it's the one that's the tri-hull.
Yeah.
Remember seeing that? Remember seeing that for like an instant?
Yeah.
And, okay, if you're gonna like send a crew out to like film the Zumwalt, the Navy's newest, biggest, baddest ship, let's get a little more than just that pan across.
Yeah.
The movie's 2.5 hours long. You can fit 30 more seconds of the Zumwalt in there.
And Mark Wahlberg, I like Mark Wahlberg. I like him a lot. There were a lot of times where you got the feeling that even he had no fucking idea what was going on.
Yeah, I got that.
And I get that maybe there's some arguments that could be made to, okay, well, that's the character he's supposed to be in over his head, but no, Mark Wahlberg was just the fuck.
Yeah, you could tell that he was just being Michael Bay's marionette and was,
And Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Oh.
You could tell
Hannibal Lecter.
Wait a minute. No, you're gonna love my analysis for his where he came up with the choices that he made for this character. Every time he did one of those stupid, like, zany laughs, in his head, his method was, they're paying me a lot of fucking money. And I'm sure that he cost a lot of money to go and...
Good on him. Get paid.
Dude.
Anybody has any problems, he'll, eat your liver with some nice Chianti and some fava beans.
Yeah. How the mighty have fallen. I can't even say that. He's still Odin, and he's still an amazing actor. It just... How are you going to waste... Anyway...
No, I don't begrudge him.
I don't either. He's an actor. He wants to work. He wants to. He's got grandkids that say, "Granddad, be in Transformers."
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then the hot British doctor chick.
Oh yeah, I was looking her up.
Yeah, what was her name?
It was Laura Haddock.
Laura Haddock.
Still is.
Fair enough. Smoking hot. You can tell Michael Bay has a type. Because this chick looked like who's the brunette from the first two?
Megan Fox?
Megan Fox. She looks like a smart Megan Fox. And the way that they made her smart was they put glasses on her.
And with a British accent.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, gorgeous girl, and I'm sure she's very talented in whatever other else she's been. I've never seen her in anything else.
Yes, you have.
I have?
You have seen her in both Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain America.
Really?
Yeah, she was Meredith Quill. I guess that's Peter Quill's mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And married to somebody, she was an autograph seeker in Captain America.
Oh, one of those autograph seekers.
Just a bit part, but
so this would be a step up for her.
Yeah. More than somewhat.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see her in more. Although I don't see anything other. Transformers is the last thing on her IMDb page, which is always reliable.
Yes. Actually, it's pretty reliable on stuff that has already come out. It's the stuff that is yet to be produced that is...
See, I've not always even on that.
Typically.
Because on like they have a good joking about that on like Kevin Pollak's chat show. And
okay.
The guy that does the research on that show will be like, well, the IMDb page says this, and the other research we found says this. What's the actual story?
Gotcha. Fair enough. So, but yeah, I mean, this movie was just... It was just bad. It was all kinds of bad.
Yeah.
And the biggest shitbox of it to me was...
Shitbox.
This motherfucker right here. Optimus Prime. Nemesis Prime, or whatever it was they called him in this. I mean, it was supposed to be this big epic. They played him up to be, like, the bad guy. And you knew they were going to convince him, or, break his brainwashing or whatever, but... Bumblebee just says, I have been and always shall be your friend, or whatever the fuck line he says.
Certainly wasn't that.
No, it wasn't, but that's the only thing that I could think of that even comes close to...
Because if Bumblebee had said that, I would have stopped the film.
Why, if you were ever my friend...
Captain Spock, you are not.
Yeah. And then he says a line, he goes, Bumblebee, I have not heard your voice since Cybertron fell. And it snapped it. Really? And the other thing that pissed me off, too, is that the whole movie, Mark Wahlberg has that fucking medallion. And it's crawling all over his chest. And he's like, what is it? I don't know what it is. And
get that looked at.
We finally get... Yeah, exactly. We finally get to the point, it's like, oh, it forms Excalibur. And he stops them from killing Optimus Prime. And that's the last we fucking see of him wielding the sword.
That didn't make another appearance?
No.
Jesus.
That was it. I was like, what the hell? The whole movie, you've been building up this thing, and then he's like, Anthony Hopkins, all movies been like, you're the chosen one, you're the chosen one, you're the chosen one. And then we get to the last battle, and he looks at Optimus Prime and says, only you can do it, Prime. We're all behind you. And he's like, what the No.
You know how many writing credits are on this movie?
12?
Oh, God. Let's see. There are 3 on the screenplay and 4 on the story.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It took how many people to write that?
And that's the best they came up with. I was on a conference call the next day. It was like a 3-hour training conference call. That was more entertaining than this fucking movie was.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Did you go see Transformers last night? If so, our profound condolences.
Tell us why.
Yeah, let us know. And stick around, because you're going to want to see what I have in store for this this little guy.
You really shouldn't blame him. It should be a voodoo of Michael Bay or whoever made him do it.
It's going to be cathartic.
Okay.